Hello, hello, everybody. Welcome back to Reality Realness with 3 S's. I'm your host, Chantele Francis, with a full house today.
Woo!
The dream team is back. Michelle, how are you doing? How do you like the episode?
I'm doing good, and I liked the episode. It was drama. There were unnecessary fights and hookups and excitement. So I didn't love the daily, what I saw of it. Part of it I had technical difficulties and I missed. But yeah, I thought as a whole it was I was feeling emotions.
Feeling
Good
emotions.
Like, not like just like I was
Tearing
invested. Like no tears, but even the elimination, I was like, wow, why am I invested right now?
I was invested.
I don't care about them, but then suddenly I was invested.
Matthew,
you don't care about Blue?
I actively disliked Blue on Big Brother, and then I found myself in this episode like being like, Blue.
No, Matthew, you've been rather quiet so far, but you have, in your screen behind you, a Justin comforting Will here. Is that your new favorite player of the season? How are you feeling about this episode?
One of my favorite moments of the season, for sure. I love this season so far. 3 episodes in, I'm thoroughly entertained. I love a messy man on reality TV. And the challenge has not really given us much messy men in the last few years. But Will and Leonardo being on this cast is like pure gold so far. So I am really digging these rookies in particular. And I have very high hopes for the rest of the season.
Yay! And back, but in person, is Fanta. How are you feeling, Fanta? We did a draft without you. Well, we had your presence in the chat. We had your picks. How do you feel about your team? How do you feel about the beginning of the season? We just need your overall thoughts.
Oh my gosh. So I'm loving the season so far. It's really giving like new age kind of grit, but also reminiscent of a lot of moments like and themes in the challenge previously. This episode was so fun to watch. I actually had to take notes because there were so many things that I thought were just so hilarious that I was like, we have to talk about that stuff. And my team, I do have to agree with what Matthew said last time. I am getting a bit concerned with Dee because at first I was like this episode, like now that they've like changed partners, when it was real last episode, I was like, oh my God, that's great because Dee can get away from bananas. Like he's being totally gross. But then she's still like with him this episode. And I'm like, shit, what is she doing? And then I had this whole worry all episode that Matthew will eventually be right and like she'll get shadow banned because bananas will get butthurt over her not actually being into him. So that is just my running concern for the rest of the season.
And Cara kind of called that out this episode, being like, Dee, don't you want to come back on another season? And I'm like, oh no.
Hey, like they're not new to this. Like the cast knows what bananas can do. Will punch something, but bananas will just remove you from the show altogether.
Yeah.
Yeesh. Now, just like in the challenge news, I didn't get to watch it yet, but Matthew, I'm assuming that you did watch Theo and Olivia on Bananas podcast. Is there anything that we need to know that happened there? I heard it was like kind of dramatic, or some stuff went down. Like, do you have anything to share?
They played like a bit of a prank on Bananas where they pretended that they were upset and like stormed off the set. But it was just a joke. They came back. It wasn't anything crazy. It was a pretty standard interview. I mean, it seems like they're on good terms now. I didn't sense any tension by any means. So I think it's any sort of rivalry from the season is water under the bridge at this point.
Oh, okay. I thought there's something more exciting that went down. Were there any? Did you watch any other podcasts this week?
No, I haven't. I didn't hear anyone else from the cast or anything. So.
All right, well, let's get back to this episode. Obviously, I also really liked this episode. I was surprisingly more invested than I was expecting to be with that elimination. And at the end, when I was done, I was like, do you know what? I'm liking this season. And then I put on Big Brother and I'm like, I'm hating this season. And I was like, the challenge is taking the cake again. It's like, it's coming back to its rightful spot. The challenge was always like my favorite, but people are always like, what's your favorite reality show? The challenge, like, what's that? Fanta was the only person that ever knew what the challenge was. And so it's nice to know that it's back on its throne. I really am enjoying it this season so far. So hopefully it can keep us here. So they're going to be picking new partners. Now, do we like the idea of picking these new partners? Do we like the fact that we know that they're picking from the order that they finished the daily? It's not going to be some sort of randomizer. And what about the hangnail? Like, how are you feeling about this? You're nodding, Fanta?
Yeah, I think it's a great option this season, because otherwise we're going to get a situation where it's just going to be that whole conglomerate of Brits that are versus everybody else picking them off, which is not particularly fun to watch in multiple seasons, in my opinion. So I do like that there's just that added element of strategy. And I mean, like we see Bananas just took advantage of that right away.
Yeah, I agree with that. And I think I like that it's at least it's order based on each daily, and I like that you have to still have a vet with a newbie. I think that's good for now. I don't love the hangnail thing still, because as you said, like, it just doesn't give that person the opportunity to win safety. So I don't love that, but I don't really know the way around it with the format that they're using.
Yeah, agreed. Now, I was going to talk about this later, but since we're talking briefly about the hangnail, it seems like Derrick becomes the hangnail now for the next episode, but then he is participating in that challenge, right? Where they jump in.
So I don't like the hangnail either. The problem is there's only going to be a hangnail every other episode, because now like, Derrick would be with Adrienne, let's say. And if they go male, female, then it's always going to be a female hangnail. So I imagine they're going to flip a coin again next week to determine the gender. But I agree with all three of you that I like the fact they're picking new partners. I would like it a lot more if it was both partners go into elimination each week. That would make more sense. If you got rid of the hangnail and then chose partners after each week, I would like that quite a bit. This hangnail every other week just feels kind of pointless.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, I guess it gives the hangnail person that might not be good at eliminations the opportunity to get themselves out of elimination by doing politicking, for making alliances. So maybe they're hoping that instead of it just being some sort of physical way to eliminate people, that they have an opportunity to maybe make some waves in the social strategy part of it. So I think that's what they're going for with this, with the hangnail. I just don't know if it's going to work personally. Okay, so at the selection, Dee's up first. She chooses Leroy. Were we surprised by her choosing Leroy? I was when we got to the challenge. She has not watched the challenge before.
Yeah, I just thought, oh, she's already now picking someone who's connected to Bananas to stay in like that, to stay safe, is what I thought.
Yeah, it didn't really make sense. Like at first, because at that point of the episode, I was like, okay, good. She's creating distance from Bananas. But then she was like saying, oh, he's laid back and blah, blah, blah. But then as soon as they get back to the house, then she's cuddling with Bananas. So yeah, the decision just didn't really make
exactly.
sense.
Bloody Bunny's here is like, he chose Bananas' right-hand man.
Yeah, it was... She should have chose Theo. Bananas had the right idea of choosing Izzy.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
If you want to infiltrate the UK, you got to make yourself protected from them, right? Like that's the,
he made the right choice with that. I don't think she was. Maybe she's only seen like some of the challenge. I don't know, but it seems like she knows enough. But maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. She's gonna get herself into a mess.
from the Daily, we'll probably talk about this a little bit more. Like, thinking that Leroy's going to be good at puzzles when he's like known to be awful at puzzles for sure. Like, that's probably why she chose him, thinking that like, oh, he's a vet. Oh, he's friends with Bananas. Oh, and he's probably good at puzzles or good at stuff. And it's like, no, don't do that. Bananas chose Izzy. Like we said, we think this is a good decision. Izzy hates this because it locks her into wanting to win, but with someone that she doesn't want to win with. So that's the perfect conflict that you need to have in these duos in order to be able to compete against them. Aviv and Jake, so same situation. Aviv, she got the memo. Jake is obviously Team UK. Yeremi and Nani, they're kind of outliers here. What do you think about that duo? We didn't really hear much from them as a pair.
Is it he picked Nani?
I would assume so because I put his name first. Yeah,
right, because he would have been.
I thought that was
Oh, sorry. Go
I
ahead.
thought that was a great choice. That was like what Dee wanted to do, like meant to do. But that was a great choice because I know he was really worried last episode about being a big target. And then that is just great because everybody just kind of forgot about him this episode.
And so I guess, but what if
I forgot about him,
like a UK girl? Oh no, he can't. He has to go for a vet.
Yeah, it has to be a vet.
Vet female, right? Can't be. I guess he could have gone for Olivia. Maybe that could have also put him in a good position too.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
But that's with the UK.
Right, but just to do like that cross thing, but it could be bad for him because then the US boys might want to target him because he's not with somebody from the US. So for his game, I think it's best for him to go for a US girl. Theo and Sydney are together. I'm sure, Matthew, you loved Sydney's confessional when she got chosen here.
What did she say?
Oh, she said like, well, she's the only person that has a brain here. Like, don't choose me right now.
Yeah, it was good. Something I was just thinking, I just thought of, and I bet this will come up later in the season. I feel like someone like Bananas would have been incentivized to choose Izzy and then throw the challenge to send her into elimination, knowing it's a female elimination. Like, he doesn't really have anything to lose. He can take a number out of the UK side. Honestly, like, I feel like Bananas or like his team will come up with that later on. But
I don't think they could do that now, though. Even if they thought about that now, like to bring that out too soon, like I feel like it would just be so like everyone would notice.
And not only that,
doing that.
And wouldn't that then affect your choice going for the next week because you get to pick last and you
technically, but like the female rookie could still pick him. So he would choose last potentially, but it wouldn't really matter because someone would probably choose him first. I bet later in the season that will happen. That's
I'm not surprised. I think it would be best suited later in the season. I think too early. I think starting throwing challenges it would become boring. I think yeah. But later on, I think it would work for sure.
I hope that if he does do that, he sells it better than he has before.
Olivia chooses Will, not realizing how diabolical he actually is. Cedric and Ashley. How do you like this combo, Matthew? Cedric and Ashley?
Love it. Team? I didn't realize Ashley was a Big Brother fan.
I went to Ashley watching
that was a pleasant surprise. So yeah, I feel like Ashley, like low pro, is like more connected than we might think.
It made me really excited to see her on House of Villains because I'm like,
oh my gosh,
I love her. Put her on Traitors next.
Yeah, Ashley will probably know who like Paul and Tyson are when she gets to House of Villains.
Probably, really, and she'll be hilarious about it.
Mm-hmm.
I can't wait to see them interact.
I can't even fathom Tyson and Ashley being in an alliance of some sort. Like that.
They probably won't be.
I feel like he's gonna like her. I think he's gonna love her crashing out.
Yeah.
He likes people that have personality. You know what I mean? Like he doesn't. Well, maybe not Angela, but like she's gonna be good physically. She's gonna want to conspire and it's gonna be. I think they're gonna work together.
Yeah, I hope so.
Michaela and Leo were a pair. Gabe chooses Cara Maria. Naya and Ben, Justin and Aneesa, Leka and Turbo. Turbo falling so far in like this list. I thought that was really, really surprising.
Yeah.
But she got a good pick, in my opinion. Well, obviously, with how things turned out as well. Derrick chooses Blue. America chooses CT. She's super happy to get CT as her partner, being a super fan. And then Derrick C chose Tay. And the hangman is Adrienne, as we know. Any other partners that you were looking forward to seeing or were surprised about or want to talk about?
I think CT going late was pretty surprising, considering. Oh wait, I guess they didn't know at this point what the challenge was. So never mind. But
they didn't know what the challenge was, but he was really relieved that like, okay,
Yeah.
like at least I wasn't picked last. And then Derrick was picked last, and Justin was gloating a little bit, being like, "Look at that!" Like, you know, nobody really wants to be with you. Yeah.
I wonder if CT is just going to keep being picked near the bottom because of the shape he's in, or if people are going to start taking him earlier because he has the mind for the game. I'm very curious to see what CT's arc is going to look like.
It is interesting because I already like CT cuts weight so fast. Like he, you know, it's been a few times he showed up like that in this shape, and then like he already looks like thinner in the face in this episode.
Yeah, he's probably just like, what have they been there for? Maybe like a week, maybe now, like 4 days,
maybe a
4
couple
days?
or something like that.
I mean, if everybody's just working out, you kind of have to work out. He knows after trying to climb that mountain that he needs to put in some work into his physical shape.
Yeah. And there was a scene of them in the kitchen too, and it looked like he was like eating healthy from what I could tell.
Salad. What was he eating?
I think he was making an omelet or something. But
oh my gosh, it's so funny to see. Like, because have you seen current pictures and videos of him now?
Yeah, he looks good.
He's like in great shape, and I was like, dude, what the hell?
Well, he was like in rough shape before he went on that show. So like, I think this was probably like his rehab moment, you know, where he's just like, let's get my mindset under control and my body under control or whatever. So Justin's going to get 2 points for winning that elimination. Fanta, what do you think these points are going to? Oh shit, are going to
worst time?
I'm like, question and sneeze. How do you think these points are going to work out? Is it going to be annoying like these karma points? Is it going to be like the stars and all stars? Like, what do you think is going to happen with these damn points?
I'm going to be honest with you. I'm hopeful that they have a better purpose, but I don't love the point system at all. Like, I just can't really think of a way that that's going to be good. But I also think that production must have heard how much people hated karma points.
Oh, so that's right. They're doing it again?
So hopefully they've restructured them better. But yeah, I definitely think that it's interesting that they've unveiled it so soon in the season. So it kind of makes me feel like it's going to be like a mid-season unveiling or like a start of the final unveiling.
Well, do you
or
think,
mid-season more so, but
I just had this thought, and it won't be something that pisses all of us off, is that just keeping with the same format with like how whoever wins the dailies or whatever, they choose their partner order. What if like the more points you have, you get to choose your partner in order? So like if you have the most amount of points for the final or like the end half of the game, maybe you're sticking with the same person for the last, 6 episodes or whatever it is. And like you get to choose in order of how many points you have, like your partner. That's something that wouldn't be too disruptive. And it kind of goes with the format of the season. Do you think that's something they would do?
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like they're going to use it in a flashier way. Because like it just all the secrecy surrounding it, and like I don't know. But I thought we were done with the points. I thought it was over.
Yeah. We're not. Never.
I hope it's something like that. I worry it's going to be something that has to do with the final. Which
Brooke here says, if you have enough points, you can buy the ATV to drive to the final. I mean, Michaela would have liked that.
Yeah, Michaela had a chance for that and really screwed that one up. So that was a rare Michaela blunder. Yeah, if it's just like a head start in the final, I don't love that, especially considering they are going to be in different teams throughout the season, and then to like have it be uneven in the final where like you randomly pair with someone and get a massive advantage, it kind of sucks. So I hope it's like a mid-season thing and then it ends, but I definitely worry after last season that it's going to be a final thing.
Yeah.
Boo. So Leka wants to learn from these vets and then beat them. I thought Leka had a really great episode. I'm interested to see what she does. She has a mind for this game. She knew, like at the end, being like, "Hey, Blue, I gave you who you wanted. Like now you better like take her out, or I'm gonna have a problem." Like recognizing that it seems like she has a good game sense.
Yes.
And and she knew to choose Turbo. She wants to keep Turbo for the rest of the game. Like, of course you should. I really thought that like I had a strong episode, and support the Canadians. Yeah.
I loved that. Was my first note was yes, Leka, because I loved her this episode. I was worried that Leka was going to fade into the background this season and just be whatever, but she's like getting a ton of confessionals. She really is like driving her way to navigate through this game. And I think that having that combined with her being like a really physical player, she's going to be quite tough to beat.
Yeah, I'm loving it so far. So back at the house, we see Will congratulating Justin on his elimination win. And then Derrick kind of awkwardly congratulates Justin and says, if you want to chat about this later, we can. We get a confessional from Leo thinking it was quite weird that Derrick was lying to Justin. What is your thoughts, Fanta, about this whole scenario? That like with him being so encouraging and so, positive towards his vote last week with Justin, and then completely bamboozles him and does not vote for him at all.
I thought this whole situation was so funny. Like in one way, I'm like, it's not really that serious. Like whatever, it's the challenge. People do this all the time. I don't think that Derrick thought that was going to bite him in the ass. But at the same time, I do think it was hilarious that Justin just did not let it go. Like Derrick's confessional was so funny when he was just like, I just met you 2 days ago. Like you need to chill. And he's just running up and down the house. Karma. Like it's also like, Justin, you need to chill. Because this is not gonna this doesn't look good on you.
Well, then we see Dee getting closer to Bananas and Cara thinking that's a bad idea. We see CT and Adrienne chatting, and she definitely trusts CT. Is CT going to get into a showmance of some sort this year, Michelle? Because it seems like all the ladies kind of like him. But do you think?
I don't know. I feel like at this point, based on the timeline, this was probably the chunk of time he was broken up with his current girlfriend that he's been on and off with. I think this was probably a chunk of that because he seems a little unhinged. CT so maybe, but I don't know. I don't think so. I think he's very much I'm older and he's not really like Bananas in that way. Maybe a little flirt, but I don't know if he'll be in a showmance. I'd be surprised.
Yeah, I don't think CT is going to be fuckboying around on the challenge at this point in his life. Bananas is very much the mind of a 25-year-old, and CT is a lot more mature. So I don't see CT making out with 27-year-old girls on the challenge at this point in his life.
No, I mean, if I'm going to crucify Bananas for this, I'm going to also crucify CT for that. They're too young for you, so you can flirt and smile, but no more. So Blue is worried about being a girl's day. When she said that, I was like, okay, well, that was telegraphing to me that she's going to be probably involved in this elimination. So I was kind of keeping my eyes open for that. But then we learned the biggest piece of information about this episode that I had no idea happened was that Will and Dee hooked up. So what we learned throughout the episode, it was like, I guess when they were in the hotels in sequester, I'm assuming, before they actually got onto the season. Matthew, do you know about this tea? Like, what's going on here?
It was news to me tonight, but when he made it seem like they were like hooking up for like months before.
Yes.
Like, yeah, we were like previously hooking up. It's like they probably like made out one time at the hotel. And as the episode went on, like initially he made it seem like, yeah, we kind of had a thing. We were like together. It's like, oh, they probably met in Miami, like had a fling for a few weeks or a few months. And then it was like, yeah, we hooked up in the hotel during filming, before filming. So I was like, this guy is just losing his mind right now. And yeah, this was all news to me. So it was definitely a pleasant surprise and brought a lot to the episode, but no, I had no idea about this.
Yeah, but this is the thing is this is what we want.
Yes.
And Dee is providing. So this is why we are concerned that what she's doing now is going to get her maybe one more season. That's it at most, you know, like we need her. I think it's hilarious. Like, I mean, Will's reaction was obviously.
It was so funny because before he got drunk, I was like, oh, Will just seems to like have a good head on his shoulders. Like he seems to be really chill. Like, good for him.
And now we know that he is unhinged.
So I did a power rankings.
Okay, give it.
Before and I believe Will was last place for the rookies for me after episode 1, and my reasoning was just like, hey, I feel like I don't know anything about this guy. Like he seems like a nice guy, but feels like a little boring, under edited, and like after this week, he's gonna rise up pretty significantly. But yeah, I feel like the first 2 episodes we didn't get to know him at all. What show was he on before? You've seen him before, right?
It was like Are You the
One?
One?
Are You the One season 9 that was on the internet, right? It was on like MTV.com. I don't think any of us watched it.
Does anyone in the audience in the comment section know who this guy is? Like, was he unhinged on Are You the One?
It seems like he could have been because they were drinking on that show, you know, girls, and like if a girl that he likes starts making out with somebody else, like did he pop off? Like maybe that's how he got cast. Nope, you didn't watch, or nope, he didn't do anything.
But okay, does he get fight points for fighting against no one?
I think so.
It was a wall. He did fight a wall.
I think
crash outs. His hand.
Crash outs count as fights, I think.
Okay, crash outs. Yeah. It's just like only one person gets the points there.
Yes, because no one else really engaged.
Was Are You the One Come As You Are season 8?
The Eddie,
like the one that was
fluid,
like
the fluid one. The fluid one was season 8. Yeah.
Okay.
And that was the last season on MTV.
That's the one I last saw.
That's the last one I saw too.
Same.
Crash out. Will. Who has Will on their team? I think it's Michelle, is it?
Really?
Yeah, Michelle, you got points this episode.
Yes.
Because like you have Tay, you have Will. I guess that's
who has Derrick
and Turbo.
I have
Turbo.
Oh no, wait. Yes,
I got a lot of points.
Yeah.
You have Derrick, who got into a great, amazing, iconic fight with Leo. That was my favorite fight.
I was so happy about that because it was so reminiscent of old Challenge where they go to the bar and people get mad about bills. He's out there screaming about 2 for 1. I didn't get anything. I paid for the 2 for 1. I was like, this is like when CT was getting really mad about paying for that bill where everybody was drinking on it. I was like, the challenge is back, baby.
Yeah,
bar fights and the scenes in the bus. Like that's old school challenge.
Oh my gosh. Like, yeah. So another thing that we found, like a lot of information we got out of this episode, is that Theo tattoo is real. Remember, we were all like, "Oh no, it's fake. It wasn't real." And like we were debating whether or not she actually got it tattooed because it was before they were like official. She got that tattooed, and we think that it was who else got a tattoo that she was? Oh, an
Nerys.
H. Nuri's got an H, and so like we thought it was just like some sort of thing between the two of them, but it's real. Who knew? Did we know? What do you think? Matthew smiled. You like the tattoo? Like the font?
I think I knew it was real. Like at first I thought it was fake, but I think I found out it was real after the fact. But good on them. One thing they did talk about is they did on Bananas podcast. They talked about having plans to get married soon, and Theo's going to be moving to the U.S. permanently.
What about his other child, though? That's the only question that I have.
Yeah, I don't know what the relationship's like. They kind of talked about his other child a little bit. I don't want to speak incorrectly on it, but he did say that he was planning on moving to the U.S. And he didn't really get too much into his other kid.
Well, maybe though, if they're moving to the U.S. and they want a boatload of money, then there'll be a lot of capabilities of going back and forth.
Yeah, I'm sure he'll. Yeah.
But maybe he'll move the whole family. Everybody's going to live in the States. Who knows? We see Yeremi talking with Dee, Leka, and Sydney. Now, yes, Yeremi is boring. He's just Terminator type guy. He doesn't seem to have that much of personality, but he has enough game sense to know that he wants to bring some people together to protect him. So I did like the fact that he was building his new alliance, Jane's and Tarzan. Do we like this name? Do we like this group of people working together? What are our thoughts about this new power?
The name was giving like Big
Bananas
Brother
Angels?
alliance naming.
It's very CBS name.
Yeah, it was very CBS.
Right?
I guess three of the four of them are CBS.
It's true. Very CBS. Wait, Leka. And I feel like she must have watched the challenge because she seems to fit in quite well. Mm-hmm. But they're all the strongest they feel they're the strongest. And Dee, we see her talking to Yeremi saying that he is her number one. Do you think she's lying here? Or do you think that this is true? Because you get a flashback of her talking to him, being like, yeah, like, I got you. You're my number one.
Dee is a gamer. So I think Dee recognizes that the two people that are probably most capable of protecting her are Yeremi and Bananas for different reasons. And she's latched onto both of them as her number ones. So I think Dee knows what she's doing. I would have loved to see Dee on the other side of things, but I think Dee is a lot more rational than I am, where I want the mess and she is like thinking about winning. So I think this is smart for Dee. I don't buy that he's truly her like unbreakable number one bond. I think she will do what's best for her.
Right. Brandon wants to know why we're assuming Yeremi is boring. Well, with a laugh. So he hasn't really been featured that much in the episode. He doesn't have any drama around him. He's just seeming to be just like a Terminator type. So he's not unhinged. That's why we're saying he's boring.
I'm saying he's boring because he did a Q&A and he said that Tori was his favorite.
Oh. Right. We're never going to let him live that down. Who were the three? Tori?
It was the most basic answers. Like he watched 2 seasons. He said Tori, Cara, Devin, and Jordan. And it's like, if those are your favorite 4, that's your Mount Rushmore. Like you're boring to me.
Whoa.
Not good.
No offense to Jordan, who is good at good in his own right, but
but he's not. Jordan isn't like Jordan anymore.
No, and that's just like a very basic answer to me, saying Jordan.
Yeah, I used to maybe include him, but that's been a number of years. I don't care anymore.
Yeah. Jordan used to be very messy, but he has definitely calmed down quite a bit.
See, yeah, right. I'm so happy she's on this season. Holy wow!
I know.
Tori,
it just would have just changed the whole vibe. Mm-hmm. And I'm really getting tired of the like. Obviously, all of us are getting tired of like the Vacation Alliance and then like the Vacation Alliance versus the Bananas. Like we can't have that in like 2 seasons in a row.
It's enough's enough.
Yeah. They need to limit it so there's maximum 3 Vacation Alliance members per season. And like they can like rotate them. Like obviously we know Tori will be back. Like we know Devin will be back, but they don't have to all be there at once because it just sucks the fun out of the season.
100%. And hopefully they'll notice that, because so far this season is hitting. And what's the common denominator here? A lot of those vacation lines people aren't on it. So
I have a feeling we will never see Casey again now that her and Nani broke up. I feel like the challenge will say,
done.
Nani, you're good. Casey, we're done with you.
Do you think it was like, hey, Casey,
so boring
sorry,
anyway.
we're all right, but we'll bring you on to Big Brother to do like a little stint, but like you're never coming back on the challenge again. We're good? Like, I feel like it was like a parting gift is having her have a little appearance on the Big Brother. I think we're done with her.
Great.
We're done.
That would be a big win. If we can lose, honestly, like if we lose Casey and Fessy's now doing like Ninja Warriors, which I think is a good show for him. So if we can lose Fessy and Casey and just keep the rest of them in rotation, I think that's a big win for entertainment.
100%.
Josh said on Twitter that he's going to be coming back on the challenge.
I like Josh.
Did you see Josh on Destination X, Fanta?
No, I didn't.
Was he good? Was it good?
I really enjoyed Destination X. Matthew, did you watch it or no?
I watched the first episode, so I did see Josh briefly.
Okay. I thought it's a pretty fun show. Some people don't necessarily like the structure of it, but it's just kind of like they're trying to figure out where they are as they travel around Europe on like a bus, and they have these like goggles and they get clues and they have to do challenges to get more information, and then you drop your X every episode as to where you think you are, and whoever is the furthest away gets eliminated. So it's like it's a fun concept. I really enjoyed the show, but we do have Josh on it, so this is the first time seeing him on another show outside of Big Brother and the challenge. And he was on something else, wasn't he? Or am I making that up? Oh,
Wasn't
something
he on, like,
a Mexican show,
like a Spanish, yeah.
Oh yes, I heard about that.
So, anyways, go take a watch Destination X so you can see Josh doing something different than the challenge. Looking sharp, Tej. That was Ashley, recognizing that TJ looked good at the daily. They're going to be playing side by side. They're going to have these side by sides, I guess is what they're called, jumping over like a cliff. I don't even know how to describe it. It's kind of like a dune monkey going over a cliff where you look underneath and they have like puzzle pieces or like a puzzle guide on it, and then they have to go back and they figure out the puzzle. What do you think about this daily? Oh, Michelle, you didn't see the daily. Wait, no. Do you understand what had happened? Did you see this part?
I knew there was a puzzle and I knew there was cars.
So we said the cars was jumping like this, and they were like kind of underneath and on the belly.
Oh,
of the car
yeah.
The map of like how the puzzles or pieces are supposed to go.
And what was it all the teams were doing wrong that they weren't understanding?
Well, they weren't understanding that they didn't actually need to be looking underneath the car. If they had a few pieces that were on like their set like base, and so if they kind of figured out that it was like just a mirror replica across of like the other puzzle pieces, they didn't actually have to look and see what it was. They just had to figure out the pattern. So it had nothing to do. It was kind of like a red herring, we'll say, having to look underneath the car. But if you were to figure it out by figuring out the pattern, then you'd get it more quickly. So America's happy to be with CT. Adrienne is really upset that she's not able to participate because she really wants to get these points. Adrienne got a lot of confessionals this episode. I was actually thinking that she might go home because like such a big confessional spike here. And then like, do we love her? How are we feeling about her?
I don't have a strong opinion yet. I don't think.
I found it hilarious that she like didn't get on with Rogan last episode.
Yeah.
I thought that was like so funny. But I'm also shocked they didn't send her home. Like with that injury.
Oh, with injury.
Was that?
Because they need to have the hangnail, like a literal hangnail.
Yeah. I'm curious to see what else she adds like in the next episodes. I was also thinking during this elimination, I was like, how would she have done in this elimination?
I think she might have gassed out more quickly, but I do think she has weight like in size on Blue, so like that it might not have been as good of a matchup in that way, but Blue might have been able to be faster and to get out from her. So it could have been gone either way still, though, I think. But I think she would have gassed out before Blue did.
Yeah.
I don't know. I wrote down, ha ha ha, Dee thought Leroy was going to be good at puzzles. Obviously, we know that is not true. I'm kind of mad that she's not good at puzzles, though. Like, I wanted her to be good at everything.
I thought she was. I thought she was. I was just like, oh, the survivor of it all.
I think she's medium at puzzles. She's good at endurance and like speed and stuff, but I think she's just medium at puzzles. A lot of people are really good at puzzles on Survivor. You know what I mean? Comparatively.
Yeah.
I've heard that Dee is not a fan of reality TV at all. Like, she does not watch anything. I heard that even on season 50 for Survivor, she didn't know who anyone was. Like, she doesn't know who Suri is.
What?
Her knowledge of reality TV is like basically zero. And challenge came, like, never watched any challenge seasons, never watched any Survivor seasons, and she's just naturally like gifted at the games. But she's by no means a fan of the shows.
That sours my love for Dee. I mean, I do still like her, and she's a good person. So far she's a fun character, but I wish that she was a little more cunning, and that she knows these games and she's coming in with like a really good strategy because she has all this knowledge from all these shows. I wanted her to be more of a super fan.
But that, I mean, obviously that benefits Bananas because he used the same pickup lines on her that he used on Natalie. So,
what do you remember the line specifically? Or
yeah, because he like the little bit of Spanish that he knows, he abuses it. When he was like, what did he call her? Mi esposa, mi novia.
Yeah, mi novia, my girlfriend, my wife.
Yeah.
Right.
If she had watched those seasons, she would have known.
Okay, that's a little bit far. What it would be like? No, I think it's 7 seasons back.
That was Final Reckoning, or before Final. It was before Final Reckoning.
Yeah, I wouldn't expect her to go back that far. I don't know how long she knew that she was going to be on the show, but like I would have loved for her to have been a fan already, and then to actually know about him, not just like people telling him like, "Oh, don't go for Bananas." Like, she doesn't actually know. This is why she's getting caught in his web, because she doesn't actually know.
His web of novice Spanish.
Okay, so Naya is trying to hide from people seeing her injury. She's talked about her injury every single episode so far. So episode 0, episode 1, episode 2. Now, she hasn't been doing terribly, but like, do we think that this injury is going to come back and haunt us or haunt her? Because she's talked about it a lot so far. Tweaking her knee.
Yeah, I could see that. I could see her losing an elimination or something because there's movement involved, and then it becomes like a bigger part of the storyline. So yeah, typically when they mention something multiple times, it does come back around. So I would not be shocked if that's the case.
So Gabe is trusting Cara, saying that Cara's great at puzzles. They do show her winning. Which one was that? Whatever.
Vendettas.
When she won that big puzzle against Zach.
Who was she up against?
Yeah,
come on.
Zach and Nicole and who else? Like, I can't remember. But Cara is okay. She's gotten better. She's definitely gotten better at puzzles. But I would never say that Cara's good at puzzles. I wouldn't always want to rely on Cara to do the puzzles because she is not always great. But no. Gabe also probably hasn't seen any seasons of the show, and so he has absolutely no idea. We get a CT pro tip. So we didn't get one in the last episode. We got one in episode 0, I believe, or was it reversed? We've seen 2 so far now. This one is work smarter, not harder. Look for the pattern. Good tip. It's a good tip. Because if other people had looked for the pattern, they would have found one more soon. And they wouldn't have been staring underneath the car and getting in last place. Turbo figures out the pattern pretty quickly, and Leka and Turbo are going to be winning this daily. They're going to receive their 8 points. We see Dee kind of run over and ask for help, and Turbo's like, "Oh, you can't do that. TJ has cameras everywhere. You don't want to get caught for cheating." Now, would that be considered cheating?
No.
I was slightly worried there that something might happen because we do hear in another daily about the cheating. I hate cheating, so I wasn't sure if it was like a repeat of something that happened. But
yeah. I mean, how many seasons have we seen where people have like copied
helped
other people's or helped? So
maybe because they were done.
Counts as cheating.
Maybe, like if they're still in the challenge and telling them, maybe that would have been allowed. But because they were done, I don't know. No say. Second place is Olivia and Will. Third place is CT and America. Nani and Yeremi do make a call, but they are incorrect. Aneesa and Justin, fourth place. What's CT and Aneesa up in the top 4?
This is their type of challenge.
It totally is. That's like the ones that she won when she was with Fessy. You know, she won those type of challenges where like a little bit of endurance or movement, but then also like solving a puzzle with some kind of like memory thing or whatever. Derrick and Blue were not working very well together. I was kind of feeling it for Blue because I know we think that Derrick's a great partner, but I don't think he's that good anymore. Like, with a partner. On his own, maybe he's a little bit better, more reliable, but he wasn't.
He's also never been strong with puzzles.
Yeah.
Facts. Banana does realize that there is a pattern. He comes in 5th with who's he with?
Izzy.
Yeah,
Izzy.
Ashley and Cedric 6th, Michaela and Leo 7th, Naya and Ben 8th, Aviv and Jake 9th, Theo and Sydney 10th, Nani and Jeremy 11th, Cara and Gabe 12th, Leroy and Dee 13th. Ouch, that's such a fall. And Justin saying that it's karma getting Derrick back because it's Derrick versus Derrick on the bottom. Let's see who comes in last and 14th. But Tay and Derrick are able to come in 14th place, and Derrick and Blue are going to be in last place. Derrick does say that he is the LVP of this challenge because he sucked that bad. He wasn't a valuable player at all. So with Turbo and Leka having the power, they're going to have to nominate. So they changed the format here. So they're going to be nominating a second team that the jury is going to be choosing between the hangnail and the person that they nominate, who is going to be going against the bottom place finisher. For the women this round, it's Blue. So do we like the way that they kind of revamped this format? Because before they were saving a team, now they are putting a team up for nomination, basically.
I liked last week's format better, personally. I liked when everyone was up for grabs. I think now it is a little bit easier to target rookies because all you have to do now is convince one person to target a rookie as opposed to every team voting in a rookie. So we saw today, we don't know behind the scenes, but all they had to do was get Leka to willingly put in a rookie as opposed to having to convince 8, 10, 12, however many teams to do it. So I personally prefer last week's. I'm wondering if next week we will get last week's format again and it'll just reverse, but
interesting.
I hope so, because that open format is always better because you're more likely to get fights and,
Well, and like, not that we love it, but we get the Derrick having to say out loud that he's voting someone that he literally just said, like, I would never vote for you. We wouldn't get that if it was just one person making that decision. So absolutely
100%.
More room for drama. Blue is confident that she's going to be coming back no matter who she goes against. Okay, Blue. I also wrote down here that Adrienne's getting a lot of confessionals. I'm like, does that mean she's going home? I know I already brought that up. Fanta Club Night. Do we love it? Everybody getting ready.
It was the best. It was the best. I love it. It was cute how Adrienne was like, you know, I get to get like gussied up.
Such a
I brought
glam,
like
such a glam.
6 suitcases of stuff. I want to put it to use. Yeah, this was just very like reminiscent of an old challenge club night. The fights, Turbo's Amazon glasses.
How do we feel about these Amazon glasses? Should we all get a pair?
You know what? I think we should actually.
I like that he said
Like one
he got them
episode
from the
where we
Amazon.
What did you say, Michelle?
But I like that he got them from the Amazon.
The Amazon. Yes. Yeah, I do like, so he's talking to Leka about like who she's going to be choosing. He definitely says that because it's a girls' elimination, he's going to allow her to choose whoever she wants, but just lets her know that Cara and Nani are like her sisters. Now, did we know Cara and him were that close?
I didn't know
I
that.
thought I'm currently I just finished rewatching World of Worlds 1 and 2. So they were like really close then. So I guess maybe that carried
Wait,
through.
when Cara was with Theo? Is that what we're talking about?
Yes, and War of the Worlds 2, they were like, you
He
know,
was on
she really
too?
convinced.
Oh, but he got kicked off early though, no?
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but he was on like quite a few episodes. And like she really helped like convince, like she really was hyping Turbo up the whole season and being like, he won the hardest final ever. He won the hardest final ever. So, yeah, I think that they probably kept a connection.
We do get Derrick and Justin finally having their talk about the situation. And I don't know if he was drunk or not, but I found that Derrick was pretty shitty, like with how he responded to Justin. Now, Justin's younger than he is. This is the first time on the show. This is, he's a gay man. And, it was like a heart to heart between two gay men on the show. And he's getting all this advice from somebody. And then they completely stab him in the front. And Derrick's like, okay, whatever, be mad at me. I don't care. Like, I was really surprised by the way that he responded to this.
Yeah, he probably should have said something like, it was not my plan.
Sorry.
And
Yeah.
then when those people, the two of them were allowed to stay for the vote, and I realized there was no chance, I didn't want to stand out. And that was my game choice I had to make. But it was last minute in the moment. So that's why I didn't warn you. And like, the game just started. Sorry. And it would have been fine.
He just did not want to apologize at all. I was really, really surprised by his reaction. Matthew, were you?
Yeah, and I feel like Derrick's being like a little bit annoying about it present day too. Where
still going
Derrick,
on?
yeah, Derrick's saying like, well, why is Justin talking about it now? It's been months. It's like, well, the episode just aired, and how is he going to talk about it before the episode airs and spoil the whole thing? So, I mean, it makes sense that Justin's talking about it now. It's his storyline in the episode. So Derrick is like seemingly upset with Justin for talking about being betrayed by Derrick, which I don't love.
That's pretty loser behavior. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
We love you, Derrick, but like, you have to understand that someone that was hurt by a situation on a show, it's their first season, and it's airing right now, and people are asking him his opinion about it, or he's having one, or he's talking about it. Like, obviously that makes sense. It's just because he feels guilty, I think.
Can I say something?
Great. Go ahead.
That's maybe a bit controversial.
Ooh.
I do agree there was like a better way for Derrick to do this, but I do love the idea of Derrick not being perfect this season.
Yeah.
Right? Not having like the perfect social game that he always has, and everyone's like, oh, he's just going to cruise through this whole season and everything. But like, now there's like another side that's showing, and I actually kind of love it.
Well, in terms of entertainment, yes, like he's definitely entertaining this episode. And maybe that's something that he decided to come on being like, I'm not going to be apologetic for my moves. I'm not going to pussyfoot around like the decisions that I make. I'm going to, if I want to call someone out, I'm going to call, like maybe he actively decided to be a little bit more messy. Because it seems like a switch was turned on and he's more messy, and he's not just hiding in the
He's
background.
giving
So.
us reasons for him to be cast again and again, and it's just amazing. And yeah, and it never gets like to a too negative of a place. I feel like with Leo, it was just like hilarious.
Yeah, I feel like Derrick got a bit of flack after the last couple seasons for like, hey, like, yeah, sure, you made it to the final, but you were like kind of boring. And I personally will always say this about any contestant. Like, I would rather them be on the show for 6 episodes and be entertaining than be on for 20 episodes and be boring. So I personally think Derrick's game is not going to be, he's not long for this season because he's already made enemies. I think he's going to be up for elimination at some point. He is the physically weakest vet male. So I don't think he's going to necessarily make it through 20 episodes again, but I think we'll get 6 to 10 good episodes from him on the entertainment front. And to me, that's just way more important.
He definitely, it's definitely more interesting than to see him not wanting to make any waves. We want to see people make waves. And so I'm kind of, giving him a little flack for how he treated the situation, but from just like a broad stroke entertainment, it's entertaining. And Dabu here is saying like, Derrick just met this man. My God, got to the 40 final because of his long-term relationships. Yes, we get it, Dabu. We get it. I just think that he could have been just a little bit kinder to this young, like he was kind of mentoring him, and then he just kind of like shoved him in front of the bus.
Yeah. Which is like, it's kind of surprising. Like you would think like politically he would never do something like that, but he just looks like he got out of on the wrong side of the bed today.
Throw a burn vote. It's like, you don't, like, I get it. You don't want to put yourself in a bad position, but just say like, hey, I promised you, Justin, I wouldn't say your name. There's nothing I can do to save you. Like, I'm going to vote for myself. Like, done. That's like, it would have still not been great, but it would have been a lot better than what he did.
Wouldn't have been as upset and that like a lie, Yeah. Brandon wants to know if you would play to win, Matthew.
It would be tough. I would probably.
That is so funny.
Honestly, like I was saying to you guys the other day about Big Brother, like if I were in Big Brother right now, I would put up the 3 strongest dudes for elimination.
Obviously.
And I would gladly get put on the block the next week to create
100%.
good TV for that week and to take a shot at someone big. So the reason why I just don't think I'm made for reality TV is I would only care about making a big move, even if it fucked over my whole game.
You'd be hard
but
to play
that does that does give you more like longevity in terms of casting in other shows.
Yeah, I don't think I could ever win just because like my mindset would be like, all right, what is going to make the best TV? And that's what I care about. So it would be hypocritical of me to go into a game and be boring just to try to win.
We need to get you that on House of Villains, I think, because that's something that you could like, you don't have to be super strategic. You could be entertaining the whole time, maybe. House of Villains and Traitors, Those are your shows, Matthew. Okay, so we see Theo, Turbo, and Bananas having a little bit of a moment there. And Turbo has a gift for Bananas. I guess there was a sale on Amazon. Like, what was going on? But I think it was like a little, what are those things called? A little ring case, but then it had
a little ring case.
Oh, it was a cute moment. You were charmed by this, Matthew.
I love Turbo so much. He's everything for me. Him and Bananas so far this season is a very unlikely friendship. We had the like holding hands, skipping up the mountain in episode 1. Now this in episode 3. It's been a really fun, surprising dynamic. But yeah, I love Turbo. I love this moment.
Now, was the middle finger blurred out, Michelle?
No.
Like, I think it was, it was kind of blurry at one point. Because I was like, firstly, I thought it was a penis. And then I was like, no, okay, maybe it's the shape of a middle finger. But I could have just not been seeing it properly. But
I thought I saw it.
But maybe it was blurry for a moment. Or maybe it wasn't. I don't know. Did you like this? Do you want this as a wedding gift, Michelle? Is this on your registry?
If I had a registry, it would be the only thing on it.
So we see Leka talking to both Adrienne and Blue, asking them who that they want. Blue pretty much immediately said that she wants to get Tay. Tay was close to the bottom. Leka wouldn't necessarily get any blood on her hands just because she, it's kind of a good excuse. You'd be giving Blue who she wanted. And Adrienne thinks that that's like the dumbest idea ever, and she should throw in a vet, and decides to throw out Michaela's name. Yeah. Michelle, was that like a good move?
I just crazy. Like, what are you thinking?
Like, not Michaela.
That was
she was thinking someone who isn't UK, who is a vet, and I don't know why.
Yeah, I liked Adrienne trying to push for a vet, but like Michaela is not the one. Like, Blue is never going to want that. Leka is not going to want to piss off Michaela. Michaela is way too threatening to like have you be the sole person throwing in. She's going to beat Blue in almost anything. So if Michaela does go in, she's going to come back. And I don't know who the right person would have been of the vets, because it would have to be someone Turbo was also willing to let go. I was thinking, like, what about Aviv?
Yeah. Or Aneesa.
Oh my gosh. That would have been a swing. That would have been a big swing.
She would have lost to Aviv 100%.
She would have lost to her, yeah. But I mean, Aviv is smaller, so I feel like Blue would have been maybe okay with that. Adrienne is on the UK side, and Aviv is obviously not. That's the only person to me that would have made sense to even throw out, because Turbo is also with the UK and Cara, Olivia, Theo side of things. So other than Aviv, I think you're kind of shit out of luck.
Yeah, for this round. Sudani Speaks says Adrienne saying that she could go against Michaela in elimination. Like, girl, please. So what I was making a mistake when I was thinking about how this was going to go down. Blue has to go in, and it's basically either against Adrienne or against Michaela, correct? Because like it would have been like, I guess, interesting if Adrienne could have gone in against Michaela. Well, you want Michaela, Adrienne? You take Michaela.
Exactly.
Then.
She was saying that because that's like she wouldn't have to go against Michaela.
Yeah, I thought that, I guess it's better than going against her, but I thought it was very interesting that she was trying to push for somebody else when they were already going to choose somebody that wasn't her. I know that they're friends, they're in the same alliance, and I get that she's trying to push the needle in another direction, but like, she could easily have been like, well, maybe I'm going to go against you then if you have a problem with Tay, which she could have easily have said. So, but she's new to the game, so she's being messy, or not playing smart anyways. Derrick is mad about the 2-for-1 with Leo. So can somebody explain to me what happened there, or what they think that they can just deduce the scenario? Because Derrick was a little bit tipsy, and so he was kind of not articulating what happened that well. So can someone break it down?
Was the 2-for-1, was it for drinks, or was there like food involved?
I think it was, my impression is it was a drink thing, and Derrick went to go get his last drink, and then Leo said,
and Leo
was like, oh, it's a 2-for-1, so they're gonna get you another one, don't worry. Grabs it from Derrick, like takes it, even though Derrick didn't offer it, apparently, because he assumed there's going to be another one. It's fine, I guess. Okay.
I'm thinking that Leo was lying the whole time, and it was like, it's 2-for-1, ha, ha, ha. And was just kind of getting a
But then he was saying afterwards, he was trying to backpedal. He was like, no, that's what I heard. That's what I thought it was. But like, where did you hear that?
But I like, if he's just doubling down on the lie that he told so he can get a free drink from Derrick, right? Like, that's the kind of what I thought was going on.
But then Derrick didn't get another drink because it wasn't 2-for-1.
Right,
so
but that's like Leo just like 2-for-1. Haha, I got it.
Yeah, I think Leo was doing that. I think I didn't watch the season of Love Island, but he strikes me as a shit disturber. He's 23.
Very, very much so, yes. So I can confirm Leo did post what happened. Okay. I can read you what he posted. Yes. Leo says, backstory, I had a little too many drinks, and I convinced myself it was a buy one, get one night. So it was not a buy one, get one night.
No.
He convinced himself that. My logic was to take Derrick's drink, knowing he would get another one for free. I don't know why I thought it, but it made sense at the time. So he was drunk and convinced himself it was buy one, get one, took Derrick's drink, and it was not buy one, get one. So Derrick got no drink out of it.
And you paid for one.
Yeah, and Derrick paid for one.
Okay, thank you for clearing that up. That just worked out perfectly. Thank you, Matthew, for doing all that investigative work. So happy.
But yes, Fanta, Leo is one of the messier people that you will ever find on reality TV. He is basically like a Johnny Middlebrooks, but 2 years younger. So he's like more of a bit like, he's more of a fuckboy. Johnny Middlebrooks, I say, is like more, he's more like calculated. Leo is just dumb. Like Johnny is smart and like an F-boy, but Leo is just dumb, but also an F-boy.
Leo is a menace. He is. Like, definitely with like the ladies. Like, I'm wondering if he's gonna get into something with someone soon.
He better.
Okay, we're back at the house now, and I'm like, oh boy. No, we're sorry. We're still at the club. Dee and Bananas flirting. This is where the esposa and all the, you know, the lines that Michelle's already seen are happening. And then Will is so jealous. And I'm like, oh shit. Will is going to pop off. And like, yes, it's entertaining, but I'm also kind of worried that he's going to like get himself kicked off the show. Like, he's unhinged. He's like, I don't know. You had sex with a girl like a couple of times a week ago, and like, this is your reaction? This is crazy.
Like, you're on reality TV. I mean, these types of things are normal, especially when the guy's doing it. You know what I mean? I feel like, let her do
Preach,
it.
sister. Preach, sister.
Go.
I know. I feel like I get the vibe that Dee is like kind of like a Black Widow in like the reality TV world. Like, every week I feel like she's just one and done to another guy and has just like left all this damage in her wake. I kind of love it. I think it's fantastic.
I don't think she's worried. I think she's like, yeah, everyone's scared of me because they know I'm strong and I'm smart and I've won. And she's, as Matthew said, because she's not a fan, she doesn't see these people in any kind of way. And it's helping her stay calm and just kind of be like, yeah, whatever. Like, we'll see how it goes.
I really do think Dee is like everyone always gets compared to Parvati. I think Dee is truly like the only comparison.
So far.
I think Dee, at least the closest comparison. Like, Dee is like, plays that flirt game. Like, she has that like sex appeal. She's willing to like use it to her advantage, but she's also like a very scary player physically and strategically. So I really think like Dee is the closest to Parvati. And honestly, like, the challenge is a different story. I'm really excited to see Dee on season 50 of Survivor, though, because I don't know, like, I could see her doing real damage there as well.
She could do it all again, you think?
I mean, Parvati made it to the finals of Heroes Villain. I could see Dee making a long run.
She'll have to change her strategy, compared to her previous Survivor season. But I would
she
be
might
excited
need to
see
know
that.
who some of these legends are. You know what I mean?
If you don't know who Suri is, that's not good for you.
No,
You know what I mean?
no.
Like,
No.
you should know who Suri is.
Yeah. Well, I think Dee is like good friends with Brandon Donlin, who I think like coached her up on some of these players before. I don't think she did any watching. I listened to Brandon's like season 50 recaps or whatever, or retro or previews, and he kind of alluded like to that he really coached her up, but she was not willing to watch the show.
Dee, come on, we want better for you. Come on. All right, so I'm like, oh boy, we got bus footage I'm like, what's gonna happen? When you see bus footage, like somebody's getting hit, a fight is happening, something is going down. All we do get is Will punching the seat back and Dee thinking it's hilarious. She couldn't give two Fs. She's just like Black Widow.
I loved
Widow.
that. Dee was just like, I never gave him the impression that we were together or anything. And I love that Dee is just sitting there like smirking and laughing right in his face. It was awesome.
He must have that must have made him feel like this big, like literally and figuratively. Yeah, poor guy. She just was not entertaining him, and probably nobody else on the bus really knows what is going on. Like, why is he acting this way? And she's just like,
oh my god,
no clue.
Oh my god.
So we get back to the house and he's crashing out with Leka, Will, Justin, or well, it's Will, Leka, and Justin. And he's like, we hooked up at the hotel.
I love how everyone was like just trying to understand like what was happening. Like everyone was like, sorry, like when did you guys hook up? Like what? And then the looks on people's faces when he was like, we hooked up at the hotel, and they were like, what? Like, are you in love with her? Like, what is happening? And just everybody taking turns to talk him down. That was exquisite.
It was really funny.
It was such like an opposition of what we see in the past, where like the guy like hooked up with one of the girls or two of the girls before, and then they get there and they're hooking up with another girl, and then the girl's like crashing out, but instead we have Will crashing out. It did get to a point where I was, maybe a bit nervous when he's like punching his chair and stuff, but otherwise, it was funny to see him like crying and consoling him.
And then Aneesa coming in with some words of wisdom, but Will just they're trying to hold him back because he needs to look over the ledge of the balcony to see Dee down canoodling with bananas on a lawn chair. Like, she might know what's going on, but like she doesn't care at all that this man is like crying and staring at her from afar. It's quite lethal.
Oh my gosh.
So he's back into the house. He punches a wall. Now he's crying. I'm just like, this guy's had too much to drink, and there's so much pressure in the house. And then see a girl that he probably doesn't even like her, but like has some sort of feelings for her because of their situation, and she's hooking up with somebody else and not giving him any attention. Like, I understand the crash out, but like, boy,
it was also so funny because he kept saying, that she was like coming back and forth or something to that effect. So it was kind of insinuating that Dee was like flirting with Bananas and then flirting with him and then going back to Bananas. But I don't know, we never saw her flirting with Will in the house. Like, all of this was truly new information to us.
I know, we're like, who cares? Like, why are you crashing out? Oh, okay. You had like a one night stand and you're like,
oh my gosh, hilarious.
So Austin says that Bananas and Theo both said the rookie men cry a lot this season. So I wonder if there's any other, crash outs over Dee, over anybody else. That'll be fun.
Yeah,
I love it. Listen, I would crash out over Dee too. I get it.
I get it. I do get it, but it's still really, really embarrassing. Like, not that he's crying, but like the lengths that he's going for this small little moment that they share together that she doesn't care about, and he is just like bawling over. Okay, so the next morning, Will is hungover with a swollen hand because he punches things when he's upset. Naya thinks that the boys are a pack of idiots, and she wants to avoid all of them.
She said she wouldn't make out with them even if she was cross-eyed.
Yeah, exactly. She's like, Naya couldn't cross her eyes and make out with any of them, and then she grabs her visor and kisses and cuddles it to.
Yeah, and like she's willing to play ball. Like she had, Kylan last season, like. She's not afraid, but these guys, Josh,
like he makes the cut, but none of these guys make the cut.
Like, that to me, that moment, I was like, wait, what is this woman's type? I don't know.
Well, okay, who could she go for?
Well, not Will.
Not Will. Will's
yeah,
like
Will's.
off.
Oh, well,
Maybe
like,
Ben. It's not really her type.
What about
Gabe.
Gabe? Like he's big.
I would say
tall.
Gabe.
I feel like
Is
Nia
Gabe
likes
straight?
tall guys.
I'm not sure.
Is Gabe straight? I think so.
I don't know. Gabe is
Oh,
hot.
one thing I actually saw on Twitter as well is Blue had posted that on the bus ride, Will got into like a massive fight with Gabe, and it didn't make air. But apparently, like when Will was punching things, like Gabe like got in his face, and they were going at it for a while. And security had to split them up and like move them onto separate buses.
Oh yeah, people are agreeing with this statement. Ben just tweeted that they did show a fight between Gabe. Didn't show a fight between Gabe and Will in tonight's episode.
Yeah, so that echoes a lot of what I've been hearing. That Gabe is very messy, and they haven't shown it yet, which I don't like because like I want to see that if there's a rookie that's super messy. So I hope we see more of it later on. But I've been hearing that Gabe is someone to look out for on the mess side of things.
But I hate when fights get cut though. It's like it's content. I mean, this was still a packed episode, absolutely, but I wouldn't have mind seeing that fight. It does look like from the super trailer though that Aneesa and Nani are gonna have a fight where they're being separated by security. So I'm like, what goes on there? It's fun. Ben's bisexual. Okay, I don't know this, but okay. I do think Gabe is hot. But maybe, I don't know. He hasn't really been flirting, it seems, with anybody. So
who else is like a tall guy there? Because I feel like Nia only goes for tall guys.
Is what's his name? Is he tall?
What about
Yeremi?
What about Yeremi? Yeremi is hot.
He's hot. He's young.
Wait, is Yeremi married?
I don't know.
He must
go for
be,
Leonardo. Leonardo's way too young. Like it's like over a decade.
He's too young. But I think Yeremi must be. I think Yeremi must be like married or something because like it's shocking to me that none of the girls are like losing their mind over him. I also think that his pictures did not like none of anyone's pictures did them justice, but like the initial cast photos. When I saw him like on TV, I nearly fell off the couch.
He's a very attractive man. Nobody's pictures were good. It's true. Maybe he's married. I don't remember hearing that he's married though on Amazing Race. Oh, he has a girlfriend. It says Bloody Money.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Yeah, very good looking. Mm-hmm. We do see Tay talking with Izzy and Jake about, who's going to be going in potentially. Tay says she's ready. Blue doesn't understand why the UK isn't kind of going around and mingling and talking to people. And actually, that's a good point. I mean, it could look like they're being deceitful if they go around and talk to too many people, but you would think that they might want to just build a little bit of relationships with some of the US people to not make it such a clear divide. But I know we want to split house. We got to split house right from the get-go, so that's good for our entertainment. But I do think game-wise that there should be a little bit more mingling happening. Yeah, I don't know.
I agree. I don't think nobody should be shutting anything down like this early in the season. Anything can change so quickly.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like now that they know that the teams are going to be switching or the partners are going to be switching weekly, we'll see more mingling. That'll be an adjustment that people have to make because your partner is just always going to be different. I also wonder, do you guys think they'll be able to choose a partner they've already had, or they won't be able to do that?
Maybe not back to back. Go ahead, Michelle.
I was gonna say I think they will be able to.
So you think next week Bananas could choose Dee again?
Yes, I think not in a row, but you could go back to the same partner. Yeah,
I think so.
That's what I think too. Yeah, just not back to back is what my guess would be. But what do you think, Matthew?
Yeah, I don't know. I guess no reason why not. Obviously in USA, when they switched weekly, it was randomized, but they also couldn't get the same partner until they had been with everyone. So
unless
I
they
wonder,
remember the algorithm, unless it didn't work out, when it always could work out, but the way that they use that randomizer made it that you might be with somebody again. So
would you want them to be able to choose the same person again, or do you prefer that they're actually with new people every week?
I would want it to be a new person every week, and they're not able to pick the same person until like a full cycle has gone through.
That's
and
what I
had
think
everybody.
I like too.
I like them picking, though. I don't want it to be I think I like them picking better than it being random. But you like it random, Matthew?
Yeah.
No, I like it like this, where the placement is the order of who picks. I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just don't want to see like Bananas with Dee, and then 2 weeks later is with Dee again, and it just keeps repeating. I think that would be kind of boring. So I sort of hope that they're not allowed to do that.
All right, we get to the nominations. Turbo and Leka are going to be choosing Taylor for Judgment. And so it's going to be between Taylor and Adrienne for who's going to be going up against Blue in the elimination. So Derrick and Tay are now no longer part of the jury. It's going to be Adrienne versus Tay for the vote. And it was pretty much unanimous. The only person that voted for Adrienne was America and CT. Really? Why was that?
Because she said that she was closer with Tay.
Yeah, they lived in the same
yeah.
room.
They were like roommates or something in the house.
I was like, I remember being surprised by that, just because Blue and her were in the same season. So I would think that she would be just closer to Blue just naturally. But I guess if you're in the same room.
No, I think she is closer to Blue, but I think she knew that it was just like a burn vote anyway. So she was closer with Tay than Adrienne, I think is why she voted that way.
Right. Sorry. Duh. Yeah, correct. So Tay is going to be the one that is going in against Blue. Why did I say party elimination? Oh, like, so we get to the elimination. It had all these lights and lasers, and we see Jake looking like he's at a rave, and it's fun party. Could you guess what this elimination was going to be from the lead up? I couldn't.
I had no clue. Have we ever gotten lasers before?
I feel like we've gotten an escape, like, kind of laser thing where it's to go like under and over, kind of laser type stuff. Or maybe that's Big Brother. I don't know. We did just do one of those in Big Brother, but I feel like we must have done a laser thing in the challenge before. Not like this, but
yeah, I can't think of anything top of mind.
Was there anything, I could be making this up as well, where you had to like angle lasers to hit certain things, or is that a Big Brother thing?
I remember that being in the challenge with like the mirrors.
Maybe something like that, right?
But I remember something needing to be angled.
Anyways, I did think this was a good challenge because it was still physical. It still had strategy. It wasn't just a balls in. It wasn't just a hall brawl. It had a little bit more. And I do think size-wise, these two were well matched. And so I think that's why, for me, it was so compelling, because it really was anyone's game. Who had the most heart, who wanted it more, really is what it came down to, because they both were equally capable of getting it done. If she had gone up against someone that was a lot bigger than her, like it was her against Michaela, and Michaela just like stuffing her on the ground, like that just wouldn't have been enjoyable. We'd just been like, yeah, we knew it was going to happen. It's a wrap. Like, Michaela's going to win. I definitely enjoyed this as an elimination, and I thought that they were really well matched, and I was really on the edge of my seat and surprisingly rooting for Blue.
I know. And like in the long run, I feel like it's better that Tay stayed so that the UK alliance has more of a chance. So it is more of a back and forth instead of just the banana side kind of steamrolling. So I'm happy about it. But in the moment, I was like, no, I want Blue to take this. Like, I'm rooting for Kitty Cat Purr.
Kitty Purr.
Like,
boots down.
I'm rooting for her. Like, she was entertaining to me. I wanted to see more of her.
Me too. I thought she was going to last longer. But I love this elimination. I also love that their hands were tied.
Mhm.
I thought that was very, very crucial to this elimination being as close and not as grabby. But I thought that was like such a nice production touch. It made all the difference.
I think she gave up because there was once Tay got 5 or 6, whatever number that she got, and then she got
5.
one more, like it was a wrap. And Tay was able to get to 10, but like there was no way that Blue was going to be able to win because that was like a deciding round, correct?
Exactly. Yeah.
So
yeah, Blue also again posted on Twitter saying that this elimination actually lasted 5 rounds, and after the 3rd round, her and Tay were both vomiting like crazy. So they did 3 rounds where they were vomiting because they were so drained. So I think that's kind of why it looks like Blue maybe gave up, because she had done 4 rounds, not 2 rounds. But I also love this elimination. I thought it was awesome. And yeah, the fact that it was so close. And I mean, we didn't even see 2 of the 5 rounds. It's I'm going to test. So they tied twice, which is why they did 5 rounds. And so it was 5-5 2 times. And then Tay ended up winning 6-5 at the end. But yeah, it was a cool elimination. It was a nice like variation of what we've seen for the last 20 years.
Yeah, she did a good job, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
And I hope that Blue comes back, and I do think that she will come back.
I think so. Impression-wise, I would see Blue coming back before Tay coming back, even though Tay won this elimination. I feel like Blue's made an impact as a character and a personality, and her confessionals are just more interesting to me than Tay's were. So I definitely can see Blue being asked to come back because she was fun. Like, she was enjoyable. She had something to say.
I think that she definitely, in my opinion of Blue this season, it's been nice to see her in like a different light compared to just being attached to Jared in Big Brother. So I think that she's still definitely going to be like, I have more to show. I have more to prove. Mm-hmm. So I think she'll be back for sure.
I definitely can see her coming back as like a, what are they called? Like players who didn't do it, or like second chances, that kind of thing. I could see that season like that.
Yeah, she just has to hope it's not like they don't do a season like this again next year where it's only a limited number of vet females.
Right.
Because that would really screw her. But if they do like normal casting and there's 15 vet females, I think she's got a good shot.
I think TJ liked her. TJ does say at the end that he's very proud of both of them, that like that was an amazing elimination. So I know some people will be like, I think it was Gabe saying like, oh, you should quit, like look at Blue quitting. And like kind of like Ali saying here that TJ didn't even think that she quit. I think it sucked that she just didn't run at the end there, and Tay did still get and hit all the 10 lasers, but I think she knew that it was done. And so she just couldn't do it. Poor thing. So yes, Blue is going to be going home. Tay is going to be going back to the group. So is Derrick. And then they're going to be selecting new partners. And then the episode's over.
This is my one big flaw with the season. I don't understand why they ended on this cliffhanger of the partner switch. And then the day of the episode, they're going to post on Instagram who their partners are anyways. Just show us today. It takes 1 minute to just pick the partners. I can't understand why production waits till the next episode, especially when the partners don't matter in the grand scheme of the season. It's literally just for 1 week. So tell us now, instead of like having them post on Instagram on Wednesday morning, and then it's going to spoil it for us anyways. So
yeah, literally.
It's so stupid. And like, honestly, any cliffhanger on reality TV is stupid for me.
It's never worth it.
Yeah, the episode should end with the same way every time. And it's very simple.
It is very simple. But what's not simple is choosing an MVP. Who are our male and female MVPs this week?
I mean, Leka or
Yeah, I think Leka was an MVP of this episode for female, and then I think that the male MVP is Will.
Matthew is
I was
not
gonna say
gonna shoot that
Turbo.
down.
But I agree. He brought drama. I feel like Turbo is becoming a better like social player. We're like seeing him be like,
Yes.
I care about these people, but I'm gonna let you give your input, and I'm gonna listen a little bit. Like I feel like I'm seeing
Growth.
some changes that I'm liking. But I agree that Will was maybe more entertaining.
Well, Matthew,
Also
you have to
Leo.
decide between like all your messy men here. Who's your MVP?
I want to offer a counter for the women, actually.
Oh.
What about Dee? Dee has a man literally flipping his shits on the bus, in the house, punching things, crying to the whole house. Like she has a man spiraling, and she has bananas wrapped around her finger. She has Yeremi and Leka, Yeremi, Leka, and Sydney in an alliance. I think Dee might have won MVP last week, and I honestly think she had a better episode this week than last week. Leka obviously did great winning the challenge, but apart from that, did she do anything that Dee didn't do?
I mean, you have a point.
Yeah,
Chad,
you're right.
what do you think? Are we giving
You're
this
right.
to Dee? I mean, you get the points no matter what, Fanta, because you have both.
Oh yeah,
Dee
so
and
then you
Leka.
decide.
So
No, I do agree with that because she did have a men spiraling. And I think that is the theme and the point of this episode.
So Will gets the other points because he's the spiraler.
Matt, do you have a counter to that?
I can't argue that. I mean, I loved what Leo and Derrick were doing, but I think, this episode was all about Will, I think.
Yeah, Will gave us a lot.
All right,
Give us
Dee
a lot.
and Will, the non-existent couple. They are
That's
the
hilarious.
MVPs for this episode. I guess that is it. I don't have any more notes. Did we get to all your notes, Fanta, that you wanted to touch on?
Yes, I was just looking at them. We got through all of my notes.
Well, this has been a fun time. Like, you can tell when it's a good episode, and we're just like, we're just so high. We're high energy. We're having a good time here. I love this. Anything else anybody wants to chat about?
I will say, if anyone's interested, Dee is going to be on Challenge Mania this week, so I think that should be exciting, considering the events of this week. So I'm curious to hear what Dee has to say. And that
she's supposed to talk about the whole like what actually went down with the Will in the hotel.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll get a lot of behind the scenes there. So
and also,
I want to know so bad.
Him, Dee, and Bananas still follow each other on Instagram, so that makes me think they didn't have necessarily a falling out yet.
I think Dee is slick enough that if her and Bananas stop whatevering, that they'll still be on good terms. I think she knows that it's a good business decision to keep in his good books, or good graces.
Yeah.
So we'll see. Matthew, what do you have going on? Are you doing your rankings live, or how are you doing your?
No, I'm just gonna post them. Not live. I'll post it at some point, probably over the weekend. But I'm going to be doing weekly power rankings of how I'm feeling about this cast. Spoiler alert, I love most of the cast. And this is purely off of vibes and who I like, not who's best positioned to win. There's other places to go if you want to hear that kind of stuff. But I'll be doing that this weekend and every week for the rest of the season.
Cool. Fanta, anything going on?
No, just being a summer girl.
Summer girly. Well, thanks for hanging out. We know that everybody enjoys seeing you when you pop in to hang out with us. So thanks for being here, being able to chill. Michelle, what do you have going on?
Honestly, not much. Just reluctantly like keeping up with Big Brother because I gotta hope. I gotta hope for a miracle.
Tomorrow, if
I can't. I'm just trying to manifest
yeah,
what
you know
I
what we're
need to
trying to manifest.
happen, and otherwise, oof.
Woof
Don't
this
think about
season. Well, thanks everybody for being here. Thank you everybody here in the chat. This has been a fun night. I can't wait for next week because I'm invested in this season. Let's go. Subscribe, like this video, tell us your thoughts in the comments below. We'll keep this conversation going because it's just so fun to talk about. If you get any more tea, not spoilers, but tea about any gossipy stuff that is going on, we definitely want to hear about it so we can keep chatting about those things. But other than that, see y'all later. Bye.
Bye, everyone.